Anthony Michael Hall confirms that Reacher Season 3 has found its Paulie, and now I'm scared for Alan Ritchson. Adapting any literary series comes with challenges. It's easy to make a character come to life in various shapes and sizes on the page. Transitioning over to live action, however, can be limited by casting options. The hit Amazon Prime Video series Reacher has largely succeeded in its casting coups, starting with the discovery of the bulky and intimidating Alan Ritchson as the title character, Jack Reacher. That eye for casting has led to commendable representations of beloved Reacher characters such as Frances Neagley, Maria Sten, Carla Dixon, Serinda Swan, and David O'Donnell, Sean Sipos. As Reacher gears up for its anticipated third season, though, we can confirm the casting of a key character from the Lee Child book Persuader, and based on what we see, it's an ideal choice. From here on out, we're getting into spoilers for Reacher Season 3, so duck out now if you do not want to know details. As has been reported, Reacher Season 3, available to anyone with an Amazon Prime Video subscription, will adapt the book Persuader. Set in the coastal region of Maine, the story sends Reacher, Alan Ritchson, undercover in the castle lair of the mysterious Zachary Beck, Anthony Michael Hall, whose son is almost kidnapped. Beck lives in fear of his own employers and relies on bodyguards to keep his family safe. One of those bodyguards is a deranged bodybuilder named Paulie, which we have learned will be played in Reacher Season 3 by Olivia Richters, an actor nicknamed the Dutch Giant. Paulie stands out because author Lee Child describes him as being so big, he intimidates Reacher. Child wrote in the book, which is fine on the page, but how does one cast a role that large? I wrote about the challenge facing the producers of Reacher because fans know that Paulie needs to tower over our already large hero and cast a massive shadow. And during a recent interview with Anthony Michael Hall on behalf of his upcoming film Trigger Warning, Hall revealed to Cinema Blend that Paulie will be played by Black Widow and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny co-star Olivia Richters. Purely based on his physical appearance, Olivia Richters seems to be the perfect foil for Alan Ritchson's Jack Reacher. He's a towering giant of a man who clearly spends more than enough time in the gym. And as Anthony Michael Hall promises, these two are expected to have a bare-knuckle brawl in Reacher Season 3 that, if it lives up to the book, will rank as one of the greatest fight scenes in television history. We don't know yet when Reacher Season 3 will arrive on Amazon Prime Video, but our guide to the upcoming season has the most detail with regards to plot, casting, crew, and more. Ritchson also let us know where the season will be filmed. Just so long as they get Zachary Beck's castle correct, I'll be happy. When it comes to crime thrillers that pack a punch, Reacher has quickly carved out a niche for itself in the world of streaming. Season 1 of the Amazon Prime series was an unexpected hit, drawing fans in with its gripping storyline, gritty tone, and most importantly, Alan Ritchson's towering portrayal of Jack Reacher. Standing at 6'2", with a physique that feels sculpted from stone, Ritchson brought a raw, physical presence to the role that instantly made viewers forget the more sanitized version from the 2012 Tom Cruise film adaptation. His version of Reacher was a relentless juggernaut, stoic, methodical, and absolutely terrifying in combat. Now, with the third season on the horizon, news has surfaced that Anthony Michael Hall has officially joined the cast as Paulie, a character long dreaded by fans of the Reacher book series. The news immediately sent a ripple of excitement and, frankly, fear through the fanbase. After all, Paulie is not your average adversary. He's the kind of villain who could make even the indomitable Reacher break a sweat. And with Hall stepping into this role, there's real cause for concern for Alan Ritchson, who might just have met his match. Who is Paulie? To understand why Hall's casting has fans on edge, it's crucial to understand who Paulie is within the Reacher lore. He appears in Persuader, the 7th book in Lee Child's popular Jack Reacher series. In this novel, Paulie is a massive enforcer who works for a dangerous crime family. His physical description is intimidating, to say the least. He's described as being even larger than Reacher, with an air of unshakable menace. In the books, Paulie is one of the few characters who poses a genuine physical threat to Reacher, and their eventual showdown is both brutal and epic. Paulie isn't just a brute, though. He's smart and enjoys toying with his enemies, making him a far more dangerous foe than the typical street thugs Reacher usually dispatches without much effort. He's an immovable object, a mountain of a man who forces Reacher to dig deep into his reserves of strength and strategy. This is what sets Paulie apart and makes the character a formidable antagonist. So when Anthony Michael Hall, an actor known for his versatility and more recently his grittier roles, was announced as Paulie, the stakes immediately skyrocketed. The evolution of Anthony Michael Hall, for those who remember Anthony Michael Hall as the awkward, geeky teen in John Hughes classics like The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles. The idea of him going toe-to-toe with Alan Ritchson's Reacher might seem far-fetched at first glance. But Hall's career trajectory has taken some fascinating turns. Over the years, he has evolved from the quintessential 80s everyman into a character actor with a knack for playing tough, no-nonsense roles. In The Dark Knight, Hall portrayed a gritty news anchor under threat from the Joker, holding his own amidst a sea of heavyweight performances. His roles in more recent projects, like War Machine and Halloween Kills, have showcased his ability to delve into darker, more intimidating characters. Hall has proven time and again that he can play against type, transforming himself into someone much more dangerous than fans might expect from his earlier years in Hollywood. But taking on the role of Paulie will be Hall's biggest physical challenge yet. The character requires an actor who can not only convincingly intimidate, but also believably stand toe-to-toe with someone like Ritchson, who oozes physical power. Hall's casting suggests that he's up for the challenge, and that's what's making fans nervous. Why we should be worried for Alan Ritchson. Alan Ritchson's portrayal of Jack Reacher has been defined by his sheer, almost superhuman physicality. Whether he's breaking bones with brutal efficiency or dispatching multiple opponents in seconds, Reacher is a character who doesn't lose. But with Paulie, the stakes are different. Reacher is finally facing an adversary who isn't just a one-punch takedown. Paulie's size and strength make him a unique challenge. The thought of Ritchson, who has thus far dominated every fight scene in Reacher, potentially being overpowered is a thrilling but terrifying prospect. Fans have grown accustomed to seeing Ritchson's Reacher as an unstoppable force, but Paulie represents an immovable object. Their clash will likely be the centerpiece of Season 3, and if the show stays true to the books, it's going to be brutal. This isn't just going to be a battle of fists and brute strength, though. Reacher may have to outthink Paulie, as brute force alone might not be enough. Paulie's presence and Persuader pushes Reacher to his limits, forcing him to dig deeper, hit harder, and fight smarter than he ever has before. And knowing Hall's acting chops, he's going to bring a layered performance that will make Paulie feel like more than just a henchman. He'll be a full-fledged villain with motivations and a sadistic pleasure in his work. The Showdown fans are waiting for one of the key reasons fans are scared for Ritchson is because they know what's coming. The Paulie Reacher showdown in Persuader is one of the most memorable fight sequences in the series. It's long, it's drawn out, and it's punishing. Reacher has rarely faced a foe who can match him physically. And the prospect of seeing Ritchson, who has played Reacher as almost invulnerable, getting pushed to his limits is exciting but nerve-wracking. With Hall playing Paulie, the tension only heightens. Hall is a fantastic actor with a long history of subverting expectations. He could easily turn Paulie into one of the most complex and terrifying villains the series has ever seen. It's going to be thrilling to watch how Hall embodies the character, using both his physical presence and his nuanced acting to make Paulie more than just a blunt instrument. Season 3 can't come soon enough. The announcement of Anthony Michael Hall as Paulie has set the stage for what could be the most intense season of Reacher yet.